Yeah, but let's keep it a buck. You heard? Let's keep it a buck because they'll bring it up. There must be
Jim get mad. You know Jim be getting mad.
type of misconception or what's that word when it comes to Jim Jones and what Jim Jones have done in this game. A lot of these rappers,
we made them take the darkies off.
A lot of these rappers have done a tremendous job, and I take nothing away from them, but they forget I got a hell of a catalog. Me, Jim Jones, myself, gold records, platinum records, gold albums, platinum albums. No, me, Jim Jones. No diplomats, no nobody else. Me, Jim Jones. Check my track record, then check everybody else's track record, then go to the billboards and check.
Fat Joe, you ain't shit for this look.
You saying Jim Jones has more hits than Nas?
I'm from New Jersey. We grew up on ballin'.
That's one.
We did not grow up on one mic. Pop Champagne, Summer in Miami. That's a classic.
If I Rule the World. How's that comparable to those songs you just said?
I'm 22. Every Nas song that my man MJ played, we said we heard that from what, Dub?
2K.
2K. Those songs are in the video game. Okay. I have never in my life said at a party, yo, throwing that Nas right now.
Well, nobody has. That's not really how Nas works. Jim Jones embarrassed himself today. I don't care what nobody say. It was some kind of debate going on. Some young dude they had on the podcast, and he was talking about how much more influential Jim Jones was to hip hop than Nas. Personally, I think this is an insane conversation, but I can understand from a young boy's perspective who's 20, what is he, 22, 23 years old, this young guy. And for him, Jim was much more influential. And that goes to show you that lyrics are not appreciated no more. Nobody don't care about lyrics. Nobody cares about your rapidy rap. Nobody cares about your skills and your notepad and the thinking. People want to know that you never thought. They want to know that you never wrote nothing down. They want to know that you did your raps one line at a time. That's why I personally believe what is called hip hop today is nothing remotely similar to what hip hop initially was. It needs to be another category for what this stuff is. This is a different thing. I'm not saying it can't be good. I appreciate some of the new music, but I think this argument and this conversation in and of itself proves that it's two different things. It's oranges and apples. Anyway, this video is coming from Young Stacy. Jim Jones embarrasses himself after Nas comparison. I'm taking me every time. Here we go.
You saying Jim Jones has more hits than Nas?
I'm from New Jersey. We grew up on ballin'.
That's one.
We did not grow up on one mic. Pop Champagne, Summer in Miami. That's a classic.
If I Rule the World. How's that comparable to those songs you just said?
I'm 22. Every Nas song that my man MJ played, we said we heard that from what, Dub?
2K.
2K. Those songs are in the video game. Okay. I have never in my life said at a party, yo, throwing that Nas right now.
Well, nobody has. That's not really how Nas works. But see, there's no thinking element to hip hop anymore. You know what I'm saying? This little hopper like, yo, I don't know what he's talking about. That sounds crazy to me. I like swag. And not saying Jimmy don't got no joints. You know, I like Jim. Jim's okay. He got his moments. But Nas, nigga. But it's not the same thing. It's foreign. It's space music, nigga.
Top 3 influential people regarding dressing, swag. Jim Jones is top 3.
But Nas influenced Jim Jones.
And don't get it effed up. I know I'm old. I'm not even tripping off that. I'm just saying it's a different thing. Here we go.
Chrome Hearts and the BB Simons belts and all that. Jim Jones is like top 3.
So where you put Max B?
Nobody was wearing Ed Hardy. Nobody was wearing True Religion. Nobody was wearing Chrome Hearts. All that was white biker stuff. He brought that into the culture.
Well, and how old are you, real quick? 23. 23. So Nas first dropped 94, right? So that's a different time period.
And he's trying to say that stuff is more important than lyrics. Hip hop, it used to be important that you like the numbers and the superficial stuff was separate from what's a good rapper. Like that was a big thing. Cause I mean, back in the days, MC Hammer, Vanilla Ice, these niggas did numbers. You know what I mean? These niggas had influence, so to speak. You know, people had hammer pants on. That still ain't make him a good rapper. You feel me? Here we go.
This is not really even checking for numbers yet. He came in at a period where just checking for the skill of the game. You're comparing two different eras, and I feel like it's a little bit disingenuous.
It's the difference between being in the game and being relevant.
But
Jim Jones is more relevant than Nas.
Jim Jones and Nas are in the same era. Jim Jones is 48 years old. Nas is 51 years old. Jim Jones just wasn't a rapper and didn't know how to rap when Nas was rapping. No matter what Jim Jones has improved to, it's still not
just when Nas was rapping, when Nas was dominating. Like, there's not a lot of rappers that are nice as Nas. Period. And Jim is fine. But come on, man.
Nas.
But
Like,
you
you
know
put a
it's
V12
funny.
in a Honda, it's
You
not
know
a
it,
Lamborghini.
but you know it's funny.
Exactly.
The last Nas album is not better than the last Jim Jones album. It's not better than the last 3 Jim Jones.
By what
albums.
metric,
By what,
though?
yeah,
By
that's-
bars, by
You tripping, little nigga. This little nigga tripping.
El Capo.
It's better
The
than
deluxe is better than King's Disease.
So Jit put Jim Jones.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. King's Disease from an old school rapper was one of the best I've heard in quite some time. To me, that's how you do it. It wasn't a whole bunch of complaining about the new rap or nothing. That nigga just went in there and did his thing. I really enjoy King's Disease. For real, that's one of the I hate to hear new rap from an old rapper. I'm gonna keep it real with you too. That shit right there, like for the most part, when a motherfucker try to come back and tell you I'm tired of this old, like all the stuff I was saying earlier, that's just me complaining on the internet. I'm not the rapper. As the rapper, I feel like it's your job to show and prove, not to complain. We'll let the fans complain, but you supposed to show this is how it's done. And most rappers come back talking about I'm back or and nobody cares. This is how it's supposed to be. Y'all ain't, you know what I mean? That's how most rappers come back, but not Nas. Nah, King's Disease was just an exhibition of his skill. In my humble opinion, here we go.
Recently saw a clip on Instagram where a young kid was comparing you to Nas and saying that you got
Yeah, that's my young boy.
big hits.
This nigga blushing. The fuck out of here, nigga.
He's wild.
Yo, he looked to you. He learned how to wear the BB Simon belt from you. He got his swag. Like, how crazy is that? Because in my era, you know what I'm saying? Nas is like a god.
In my
right?
era, in my era too. I mean,
So to
well,
be compared-
yeah, let me
That young kid out.
let me
He was young, and we loved that he loved Jim Jones. I want you to break it down.
Let's break this down. I admired Nas, but remember Nas' first record, The Barbecue, came out when I was in 11th grade. Yes. So Nas was my idol when I was young. Like you did, came to dressing, the wordplay, the music, everything. I was a superior Nas fan. Period. I'd never take that away from him. But then as I got in the game, you got to realize that your rivals would be idols, and not to take anything away from that. I developed my own style and my own lane that these kids start to gravitate towards the same way I gravitated towards Nas when I was younger and things like that. It's a whole different generation. We talking about 94. 93, I was in 11th grade. Nigga, it's 2025. There's a big gap there, you know what I mean? And I want people to understand that. So when Shorty's telling people that, yeah, he's 20-some years old, that goes to show the part of the era that he's in, that I came into light and started going crazy, that these kids love me. They don't really know who Nas is. If he's 22, he's born in 03.
Not all of them. Some of them know. But
You know what I mean?
a lot
Like-
of them know.
Yes.
But it's the era.
That's crazy. 22, he born in 03. Wow. They're getting old. But yeah, that gives you that's his perspective. But like I said, this stuff is completely different from the other stuff. It's a cut on the dope. We used to get it raw. We used to get it pure. Now y'all got a cut on it.
Music.
No,
There's some kids that.
no, I love that.
There's some
for you.
kids that love
My
hip
son's
hop.
20, so I mean.
But your kid, he's your son.
He's your son.
He's your son.
No, but he knows.
My son,
they know about
my
Nas.
son can't tell
But-
you one Nas record.
Yo, I'm about to go put my Timbs on for the summer.
You heard? Like, let's.
That's a shame. I ain't gonna lie to you saying I'm a South nigga. I need some beats that I fight.
We know that about Nas. That's not the point. He's another kind of rapper. You don't dance to Nas. You don't tap your foot to Nas. That's not what you do to Nas. You sit back, you think. You know what I'm saying? You think about shit. You analyze the words. You rewind that shit. You write that shit down on a spreadsheet, nigga.
But when he did find the right beats and a nice vibe, the songs were amazing, bro. And I love whenever he got on the track with Rick Ross. I always wanted that. An album produced by Rick Ross or somebody like that, bro. Somebody who had an ear.
Right. Yeah, honestly, the people, whoever Maybach music, them beats. Listen, you can say what you want about Rick Ross's personal life, but yo, that nigga, if you into grown man rap, that nigga beat choices and flow together is always top tier. I will say that. Now, when we talk a bunch of shit, cracking jokes about Rick Ross and all this, and you know, Officer Ricky and all that stuff, that nigga know what he doing. That nigga know, and some shit, like he said, a fucking that type of production with Nas. But I don't know how Nas works in that way. I don't know how he chooses. I don't know. He need to write them rhymes and just relinquish that responsibility to somebody highly trustworthy. Anyway, here we go.
Yeah,
but
like, let's keep it a buck. You heard? Let's keep it a buck because you'll bring it up. There must be
Jim get mad. You know Jim be getting mad.
Type of misconception or what's that word when it comes to Jim Jones and what Jim Jones have done in this game. A lot of these rappers,
We made him take the darkies off.
a lot of these rappers have done a tremendous job, and I take nothing away from them. But they forget I got a hell of a catalog. Me, Jim Jones, myself, gold records, platinum records, gold albums, platinum albums. No, me, Jim Jones. No diplomats, no nobody else. Me, Jim Jones. Check my track record, then check everybody else's track record, then go to the billboards and check
Fat Joe, you ain't shit for this look.
my entries, then check all them niggas' entries and shit like that. And I'm not taking nothing away from nobody, but I hear the comparisons and the niggas be trying to act funny when it comes. No, I've been spanking a lot of this shit. I'm talking about the industry. I've been putting on. So let's not get into that where we get into numbers and I gotta show you the statistics of what I've done. You heard to what up.
I mean, you done some things, nigga, but it's Nas, son. Nobody's saying Biggie, Jay-Z, or Jim Jones, nigga. Nobody's saying Tupac or Jim Jones. Nobody's saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, we talking Nas. Nigga, you're not even, like, close. And that's no shots at Jim. Jim is cool. We fucks with you. I fucks with you. The channel fucks with you. The culture fucks with you. But it's Nas, nigga. Like, come on now. As a rapper, you gonna battle him. Y'all gonna go bar for bar.
People was done. You heard them. You want to go to the billboard entries, pull up Nas billboard entries, then pull up my billboard entries.
Can't do that neither. Actually, you forget Nas also got some hits. He don't seem like he real humble and chill and he ain't on social media like that. But Nas got hits too.
We can't compare the two. What I'm trying to tell you is
I want to go there. I want to go down the line now because we going down the line. He's a rapper and I'm a rapper.
Look at Jada face. Look at Jada. Say that shit about Jada. Say that shit about Jada. You can't fuck with Jada. That would be a better conversation. Jada and Nas, nigga. Let me go ahead before I get mad. You know Jim get mad too.
No, let's go statistically.
It feels great.
No, but I want to go statistically.
Look at his face. What Jada thinking is he like, this nigga think he can fuck with me too. You can't. We'll do this shit right now. Jim will want to fight. He wouldn't know how to just, you know what I'm saying? Spit your bars, nigga.
All right, can I say something?
Because when people be like,
I feel the same way. We all feel the same way.
Forget about the numbers.
Joe not crazy. He not gonna say nothing like that. He understands, you know. I got some hits under my belt. I had a good career, you know. I did a lot of things. I put some people on. But this thing you saying, come on, man. Let's be real.
You heard?
Nigga try to save Jimmy. He like, no, let me go crash. I want to crash.
Numbers back up.
Let me step up to the forefront.
Come on.
Us in the music of hip hop culture have a problem. Is a thing, and there's nothing. The world goes off numbers, but in hip hop, we don't pay enough homage to those before us the correct way. And sometimes it's even myself. So it gets no other genre of music fucking, I don't even know who to use.
Yeah, hip hop. We certainly throw away our elders. It's very youth based, youth driven, and youth governed. And it's good and bad to that. Bad part about the youth is they don't know shit. You can run the same tricks on them. A lot of stuff I'm watching happening that the youth will tell you, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're like, dude, I've seen this happen before. I'm watching what they're doing to you. You don't believe it because you haven't seen it because you just got here to this planet. And since hip hop discards its senior members, they're not willing to learn.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, hip hop is like basketball.
Jelly Roll's never gonna say that about
hip hop is like basketball.
Jelly Roll.
Not able to learn. I'm sorry.
Morant get on the court with LeBron. He's going to kill LeBron. So this is what this is
any
about.
Song, any of that shit is murder.
This is what this is about. There's nothing that could. There's never is me. Putting me up against anybody. I'm taking me every time. Every time.
That's what you're supposed to say. That's what you're supposed to say. But I just think in this conversation, it's time to be humble, though, son. Come on now, stop playing. You know you ain't fucking with Nas. Come on, let's be real.
Okay, but let me say something though, Jim. Let me say,
every category,
Jim,
y'all get busy.
You started off saying you grew up watching Nas.
Of
the
course,
only problem,
I didn't take that away from
the
him.
only situation I'm saying now to you, right? There is no situation.
I always tell people
kids
that
should
story.
worship you.
You fucking started.
No, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing. I did not know it was going
mad
there.
at you because you're really friends with him.
He gonna be mad at you.
Not me. I don't know him.